The Joe Rogan Experience.
I really don't understand ayahuasca, so it's really hard to explain it to somebody else, but
I don't think anybody really understands it.
yeah, right. Yeah. And I know there's some stuff that's stronger than that, but I don't.
That's crazy.
I don't know what it's called. What
Ibogaine, you mean?
is that? What it is?
Ibogaine is the one that people use for addiction. There's a place called Beyond that's in Mexico that does that. Rick Perry was telling us about that. A lot of former governor Rick Perry is part of that. He really wants to bring Ibogaine to Texas and have treatment
We can't
centers.
be gambling here.
I think they can get Ibogaine. I think especially with a Republican like Rick Perry who's really concerned about the mental health of veterans, because I think that's where it really shines. Ibogaine in particular helps a lot of people. It gives you like a review of your life. Apparently, I've never experienced it, but the people that have very positive things to say about it, and it's incredibly good at helping people get over addictions. It has a very high success rate. For one treatment, I think it's in the 80%, and then if you do 2 treatments, it's in the mid-90s.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, people that never go back to the drugs, never go back to whatever it is, gambling, whatever you have. Whatever's wrong with you.
All you got to do is figure out what's wrong with you.
Yeah, you got to figure out why you're doing that. Like, what is this pathway that I keep going down that's sabotaging my whole life, and why can I not resist it? Why do I keep reaching for the bottle? What is it? Why do I keep snorting coke? What is it? What is it?
Well, that was the question I had with myself, because I drank like a fool for years.
Don't say.
It was funny because whenever I was single again, and I was in the green room, and I said, maybe I'll start drinking again. And everybody at one time went, no.
Yeah. No,
that's not it. I was just kidding. I was just kidding.
Well, you quit like that, though. You did you were gone.
I did, and but I went to Rhythmia with intention. I wanted to know why I was doing this to myself and why I could not see a way to quit. And it was so tied up in my persona, my stage presence, who I really was at the time. And I'm like, why is this all tied to me? And why can't I shake it? And so with that, I also went through hypnosis because I had to get sober before I went to, because that's not what their deal is. They're not a treatment facility. It could be a byproduct of it, but they're like, yeah, we're not gonna, we don't have detox here, so you have to quit some other way. And once you've been sober for a month, you can come down here, which is exactly what I did. I came up with a way to do that through hypnosis, which I thought was pretty effective. But I got sober once before in one of those rehabs in Malibu for $90,000, and which was. At the time, I was spiraling. I was living in a 5-star hotel in Beverly Hills. I was doing a bunch of blow. I was screwing expensive hookers, which was exactly my life plan. I'm like, okay, here it is. This is, and it ended up feeling pretty hollow, and I ended up going there, and I stayed sober for about maybe 6 months or something like that, but it was white knuckle the whole fucking time. Of no fun. But when I did it the way I did it, when I checked into that facility, I got the night sweats so bad when I quit that they had 2 beds in the new people's things, and I would soak the sheets in one of them and move to the other bed and soak the sheets in that one. I was detoxing big time. Never happened this time. I never had a night sweat, never regretted it, never thought about it again, never tempted to drink again. And I own number 1 tequila still, and it's there at the green room every night. And it doesn't even bother me a bit.
That's interesting. So that's what the big fear a lot of people have is, how will I still be around bars?
Right. And, is it a little awkward at first? Yes. And do I hang out in bars all the time other than our club? No, I don't. I mean, I'll go listen to music if there's something, but just to go to a bar and hang out, I just don't do it.
Right.
And for whatever reason.
Well, it's not that much fun being around drunks when you're sober.
No, it's really not.
Like, you got to be in the vibe of the drunks to
Yeah.
appreciate drunk talk.
Yeah.
When you're sober and someone's drunk and they're telling you some fucking story about their boss being a douchebag, it's like, whoa.
Right. So, and I also have a natural tendency to just kind of isolate anyway, and so I really, that's one of the things I love about the club is it gets me out of the house. It gets me to go down there where my friends are and do what I do for a living, and what I do for a living and what I do for fun, both.
I think a lot of people have that problem, that isolation problem,
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think that, I think that people like you and I think a lot gets dumped on us, because of all the friends that I know that I've known for a long while, I'm the only one that's been very successful, not out of my comic friends, but out of my regular friends. And it seems like I have to take in a lot of stuff, and I never knew how to get rid of it. So I would just get to the point where I was full and I couldn't take anymore, and that's when I would isolate myself.
Right. Too many people want something from you.
Too many people want something. That's why I'm gravitate towards you, is because I know you don't want jack shit from me except for me to be your buddy.